always told me to be a Fruit Loop in a world of Cheerios. So just go out and be yourself and just have a good time because you only live once.
Kylan, welcome to POVz and to New York City.
Yes.
Today is going to be a great day.
It is. It is a great day.
Thank you so much for coming.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me.
I can't wait to dive into all the things that make you you. Really, the purpose of this show is to get a better sense for how you formed your point of view on the world. You ready to dive in?
I'm ready.
All right. I'm starting us off with a bit of a deep question. Do you think there's ever such a thing as too much positivity?
No. The way our world's went and the way it's going and a lot of negativity is brought in, I think that just being a ray of sunshine and trying to uplift people, it's the best thing you can do. I mean, just share a smile, be kind, do little acts of kindness. Like, I love to volunteer. I've been volunteering since I was 7. I want to be that girl that makes everybody's day better, whether I'm just passing you on the street and I say hello and I smile at you. I want you to remember that. I want to just make lives better.
Those small acts of kindness can go such a long way, and you are that ray of sunshine. I mean, ever since you popped up on my For You page, you've been making my days better. So thank you.
I appreciate that. That's so sweet.
And the reason why I wanted to bring you on the show was to really better understand where this eternal positivity comes from. Nowadays, some people can even rag on people that are trying to just make the world a little bit better.
Yeah.
So for you, growing up, were you always this positive person?
I've always been an optimist. I've always been like a little daisy. My mom used to call me a daisy because I'd like run around, bopping my head, always smiling. I feel like everybody in their life has hardships. Everybody goes through something. I've just kept this like array of sunshine around me, and I've just kept staying positive, and it's made my days great. Like, I don't really have bad days anymore because I wake up every morning, I get myself ready, and I'm just excited to be alive.
You've been kind of this public-facing person since age 7, right? When you started pageants?
Yeah, I started modeling and doing pageants whenever I was 7.
Wow.
And the modeling industry is a hard business, so like, I've been through it a little bit, but I've had a great time with it. I love it, and I enjoy every opportunity that's handed to me. And then pageantry, I started pageantry for scholarship money. It's a great way to get like young girls to be confident in themselves. It boosted my confidence. It helped me get on stage. It helped me even hold this conversation I'm holding with you today.
Going into this public-facing world of pageants at age 7 sounds a little intimidating for someone at such a young age. Do you feel like when you were thrust into that world at age 7, you felt forced or compelled to be this positive person, even at times when you weren't feeling so positive?
I let things roll off, and I don't really like focus on like one thing that's bothering me. I just move on, and I feel like that's one reason why I'm always so happy, is because instead of sitting there and focusing on that one thing, I busy myself. I either start reading, I read my Bible, I go out with my family. I live on a farm, so I'll go like play with my farm animals.
Amazing.
And it's just, I just keep myself busy. I love hanging out with my friends, and I just feel like if you smile, it makes your day better. Just start smiling, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have you ever had someone say to you, Kylan, a smile isn't gonna fix it? Like, there maybe are some mental health issues that positivity can't cure. Have you ever experienced that perspective?
I have got some comments back on TikTok, of course, but I feel like with TikTok, there's positives and there's negatives, and I feel like that's what you agree to whenever you sign on to the terms of the app. So I just try to be like a positive driving force that helps other people's days go. Yes, there are other like deeper issues, but I feel like if you add a smile, it makes it a little bit more fun and better.
I always like to say it's way easier to be kind to someone than to be mean to someone.
Yes, that is 100% true. My mom used to tell me that growing up.
Yeah.
Because being mean is exhausting. Sometimes I don't know how people do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How do you engage with some of the people who can be mean?
I don't want to say I ignore it, because sometimes it does get to me, but I just think of all of the things I've been like granted with in my life, and I just like say, like, if that one person's gonna say this, and then I've got more people saying positive things, might as well forget about what that one person said to me. And it makes me feel better about myself, and it makes me realize that my problems aren't as bad as other people's.
Going back again to when you first started entering this world of pageantry, I know a big element of pageants is being able to answer questions and have a platform and really find your voice.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the pageant world defined your identity, or do you feel like your identity that you've even created today is separate from that experience growing up?
I feel like it's separate. The pageant community helped me get my voice out there. It gave me a platform. It gave me confidence to be able to talk. And it just helped me just be myself in a way, because I was going out on stage and I was like portraying the way I wanted to be. But I feel like I've been able to find my own voice and with my nonprofit Girl Power. And it's basically where I go into like community schools and I teach girls the importance of like body positivity, how to captivate an audience, how to just go at their life at a more positive and like reflective way. Using that it's helped me in like real life as well. And that's how I like kind of sensed my identity.
And I was about to bring up girl power. The organization covers a lot of these bigger, deeper issues. Do you feel like those issues come from a personal place? Did you ever struggle with mental health or body positivity or your own self-image?
Yeah, I had a difficult time in high school. It was not easy for me. I was online my junior and senior year, so it got a little bit better, but I did have like the hometown stigma bullies of just girls that I didn't fit in with. There were a lot of girls, like I did pageants, I danced, I had a social media following, and I played sports and I rode four-wheelers, so I had like a tomboy side to me as well. And so I feel like it was hard for me to like find my place because I had so much stuff going on. I was always working. So I definitely like struggled fitting in. And so that's why I feel like I developed Girl Power and I like joined it and I became the president of it because I realized that if I didn't fit in, other girls probably weren't fitting in and they were going through the same thing as well. So by going out in my community and helping young girls like learn the importance of self-confidence and body positivity, I feel like I've been able to help a lot of people and it means a lot to me.
Now that you're in college,
Yes.
do you still feel like you're trying to fit in or put yourself into these boxes that maybe you felt pressure to fit into in high school?
I don't feel like I'm trying to fit in just because I feel like I do stand out right now at college with like TikTok and everything that happened, how my life basically changed. I've noticed that I've got like comfortable in a friend group and I'm somebody that likes to like venture out. I like to meet a lot of people. I want friends. Like I love people. I'm a people person. So I feel like I've got a little like confined to one friend group, which I'm trying to change. I'm trying to like switch it up, hang out with more people. I feel like I've definitely like categorized myself a little bit and like not reached out as much as I want to, but I'm definitely going to start working on that because that's important to me as well.
Now you're a freshman in college. You very publicly just went through sorority rush and recruitment.
Yes.
Do you ever feel that maybe the experiences you had in the pageant world are similar to that of Greek life?
Oh, 100%.
How so?
Yes. So you would walk into like a bunch of houses and you'd go and do interviews just over and over again, like little chit chats. And so that's kind of how a pageant is. They base you off like how you hold yourself and how you conduct yourself, and like volunteering and philanthropy kind of go together, you know? And so like it was all about like the first impression. First impression is important in pageantry and then in an interview as well. I was very well prepared for sorority recruitment.
Do you feel like this sense of competition, maybe that you experienced in the pageant world and now in the Greek life world, advances female empowerment, or do you ever feel like it can get rough and competitive?
I didn't think that it was competitive because at the end of the day, we all just want to get in a sisterhood and that we could like associate with and like live our daily college lives with. So I didn't feel like there was any like cutthroat competitiveness, and there's not really that much competitiveness in pageantry just because we all understand that there are 3 different judges every time. I didn't feel very like competitive or like judged during sorority by the other like girls doing the sorority like recruitment.
That's great to hear. I also feel like that's such an incredible experience. Like I remember it being a little bit competitive when I went through it freshman year. So that's great to hear that you didn't.
To be honest, I would rush tomorrow if I had to. I loved it. I loved every second of it. I had so much fun.
Even though it was exhausting, probably?
It was exhausting, but I'm that person that like I'm used to being busy. I'm used to getting up and going. So I had the time of my life waking up, showing everybody my cute little outfits that I liked, and then just talking about like what I'm passionate about with all the girls. I had a really fun time.
Do you feel like there were conversations you had during Russian recruitment that stood out to you that were really meaningful or maybe opened you up to a new perspective?
Yes, there was one in Zeta. That's the one I picked, of course, but there was one in Zeta that actually made me cry because whenever my great-grandmother died, she had like an iPod, like a tripod thing with music on it, and she only had one song, and it was I Hope You Dance. And so like during our like pref rounds, that was the one song that they sang.
Wow.
And then it like all just connected, and like with like Think Pink, Think Zeta, the breast cancer awareness and everything that I'm passionate about, I just stuck with them. I really liked them. And I connected with my big Maggie Thompson. She's literally the sweetest girl in the whole world. She would literally like chop off her right arm if I needed it.
Wow, that's so special. I love that song. Leanne Rimes is
Yes,
a queen.
She is a queen.
But yeah, those are the moments when you know it's right.
Right.
And since then, I mean, you've really grown into the public eye. With this rise to this public platform, do you feel like you're able to be your full self online?
I feel like I do a good job of like putting my whole self out there. Like whenever I was late to my flight and I made that video that was like, today has not been good. Today has not been great. I try to like be vulnerable and show like my whole self, but there are some things I steer away from, like my religion. I'm a Christian, but I don't really talk about that on a platform, and I don't talk about politics and stuff like that just because I'm more of like an independent. I see both sides. I just try to stay away from like the controversy as much as possible, just because I am a college student and I've got a lot on my plate, and I do want to stay happy and I want to be in the best like mental atmosphere possible. I just try to stay away from being canceled.
Cancel culture is very real, and it's tricky, right? Because with this huge platform, I'm sure you also have a pressure, or maybe sometimes you feel a responsibility to talk about important things. So how do you weigh for yourself what to share and what not to share?
I just share what makes me happy and what makes me feel good about myself, and what I think will make other people, like, what will brighten their day. And I really like the OOTDs just because they're relatable, they're fun, and I do them every day. I put on an outfit every day, so why not do that? Everybody's human. Nobody in this world is perfect, so why cancel somebody for like a little mistake that they made? You know what I'm saying? If I was to like be president or something like that, I would definitely just like get rid of cancel culture. I don't know how to do it. You know what? I'll come back to you. I'm gonna figure out how to get rid of cancel culture.
Let's do it.
Everybody's human. Everybody makes mistakes, and we all have our flaws. So why cancel somebody for their flaw?
I couldn't agree more. I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel like even just having these conversations helps revert the effects of cancel culture. Because I think what it has become is this feeling where we have to walk on eggshells constantly, right? But I'm always of the mindset that that's actually how we start bringing people back together. Looking back at the experiences that you've had, starting at age 7, being thrust into the public eye, and now having this huge platform, knowing what you know now, what do you wish younger Kylan knew? I
wish younger Kylan knew that it would all work out. So I'm that kid that I've always wanted to be successful. I've always wanted to push myself. I've always wanted to be the best version of myself. And so a lot of times I would work myself up and get like worried about not being the best version of Kylan. And I feel like instead of being the best version of Kylan at the time, I wish I would have known the happiest version of Kylan to like truly make myself happy, because you only live once. Yes, it's good to push for success, but I was literally like, I have to do this in order to be successful every single day of my life. So I would definitely tell little Kylan to keep swimming, number one. Just because everybody goes through heartaches, everybody goes through hardships, and if you keep swimming, you'll make it out in the end, and you just make yourself happy at the time.
Just keep swimming.
Yep, just keep swimming. That is a phrase that my mom, whenever I would like get down about something, she'd walk in my room, she'd give me a little knock, and she'd be like, just keep swimming.
I love it. Your mom and Finding Nemo.
Yes.
Iconic. But Kylan, let's take this conversation to the next level. We're going to start introducing some perspectives from the larger Gen Z community. So I'm going to add you to a group text with the TC community.
Okay.
And we're both going to react to some texts.
All right.
You ready?
Sounds good. Yes.
Let's do it.
Cancel Greek life. Sororities and fraternities only exist to uphold classist, sexist, and racist traditions. I honestly still can't believe they exist in 2022. Disagree.
Ooh, that's a little spicy.
Yeah, that was spicy, but disagree, just because with like my sorority, they're my best friends, they're my sisters. And I feel like everybody through Alabama recruitment, I've been able to talk to a lot of girls. I feel like everybody had a good experience overall. And that's kind of what you agree to whenever you sign up. It's basically what they feel like will fit into their group. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe I'm biased too, because I was a part of Greek life. I wouldn't say cancel it, but I mean, I have heard some stories, maybe not at Alabama, maybe not at Penn where I went, but I think maybe sometimes the process can be exclusive to where it feels sexist or racist. And I don't know, I think there's always a way to improve the system. If you're not seeing those issues or I'm not seeing those issues, I don't think there's any reason to cancel it overall.
I don't either. And there's so many like great aspects of Greek life that gets left out.
What are some of those things to you?
Philanthropy is number one. I mean, we go in and we volunteer in Tuscaloosa. We do Think Pink, Think Zeta, and so we've got a lot of like community service events coming up. And I think that that's very important, because instead of focusing on like who gets in and who doesn't, we need to focus on what these sororities are doing to help people.
Okay, I'll take this one. It says, no one ever talks about how hard it is to be the friend always expected to be happy and bubbly all the time. Sometimes I just want to have a bad day. Is that too much to ask?
No, everybody has bad days. I feel like bad days are okay. I mean, I don't like to capitalize on bad days, because who wants to capitalize on a bad day? I had a terrible day whenever I was going to the Cincinnati Reds game. Now, it ended up being great because I got there the first pitch and it was super fun and I had an amazing time. They were awesome. But waking up at 6 a.m. and finding out that you missed your flight, it's kind of bad. And then you have to rush the rest of the day and you're all stressed out.
Yeah.
And then there was a storm, so I couldn't get off the plane. So that was a little rough. That was a bad day, and I shared that with my viewers. Everybody has bad days.
I'm glad you shared that. But I mean, I resonate with this. I was always the friend that was supposed to be happy and bubbly and positive. And sometimes I felt like I wasn't always allowed to talk about my bad moments. I would hope that we open up about those hard things, because I think that is what's more human.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you have been boxed as like the happy, positive friend only? And do you feel like that is fully representative of who you are?
I think my friends know who I am as a person, and they know that sometimes I do have rough days. Sometimes I'm stressed out. So I feel like if you find your true friends, they won't put you in a box.
It's a great answer. Yeah. And I hope we can all find friends like that.
Being in Greek life is just paying for friends.
It's a little spicy.
It's a little spicy.
I mean, you pay dues.
You do pay dues, but the dues isn't really like paying for your friends, it's like your meal plan.
I mean, I can see where this person may be coming from, right? Because in essence, you are paying to join a group of friends.
Yeah, but overall, it's like your meal plan and like the stuff that you get throughout the year. Like we get gift baskets, like every chapter meeting, they'll bring in like tropical smoothie or Chick-fil-A and stuff like that. And that's a pretty penny at every meeting. I mean, we have 3 meetings a week. I definitely don't think that you're paying for friends just because you're paying for like your meal plan. It would be the same thing as paying for your meal at college if you're going to the dining hall. That's the way I look at it, at least.
So this is actually from one of your fans. This is from @DC with me. She said, Kylan, how do you start your days and how do you always start them on the right side of the bed?
First thing I do when I roll out of bed, I grab a spoonful of Nutella. That's literally literally my first thing. It literally sits on my little nightstand. So I already got some goodness going in my veins.
Do you just have a spoon waiting there every day too?
Yeah, it's the same spoon. Don't judge me. It's the same spoon. But
I will not judge.
I do that, and then I do affirmations. I like tell myself that I'm grateful for everything I have and that I'm going to be successful and that today's going to be a great day, not just a good day. I say that every morning in the mirror, and which is funny because I started saying like have a great day, not just a good day, a little bit ago. Like it wasn't just rushed that like I just like came up with it.
Did it just come to you?
Yeah, it literally just came to me.
Wow.
So I say that, and then I thank God. I say my prayers in the morning, and then I do some homework. That's literally what I've been doing lately. And I just try to keep myself organized, try to keep myself on top of it.
That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, Nutella is probably a sure way to wake up on the right side of the bed.
Yeah.
You just seem incredibly good at always putting a smile on your face.
Thank you.
I mean, it's really impressive. Like there are some days where I just find it hard to put on a face, especially if I'm not feeling too great or my mental health is suffering. How do you still be the happy, peppy, bubbly Kylan while also being real about what you're going through?
I definitely have those days because I am human after all. I try to reflect, I try to read my Bible, it makes me feel better. If you keep swimming, then you'll get out of like that mental health like bubble that you're in almost. You smiling makes me smile. I'm that person. Yep. So I feel like generally it's just my personality to smile.
I can relate to that. And
yeah.
I think there's something to be said about not taking everything so seriously and being able to laugh, because I think there's just so much going on in the world. It can feel really heavy a lot of the times.
And I went through a time in high school where I was very like depressed, I was sad, and I just felt like I didn't fit in, and it was just hard for me, and that's why I started like really boosting myself to be busy.
Ooh, okay. It says, Kylan, drop a hot take. What do you got?
Okay, I'm gonna give you a couple hot takes.
Let's do it.
In Alabama, no one eats pineapple on pizza. Pineapple belongs on pizza. I love pineapple on pizza.
Why don't people eat it?
I don't know. I literally was with my friends and I ordered it, and they were like, ew, you ordered pineapple on pizza? We can't eat that. And I was like, guys, come on, try it. So I think that's good. And then another one is you're allowed to wear like high top Converse sneakers with a cocktail dress.
Interesting.
Yes, because I do that all the time. I think it's so cute to wear like a little homecoming dress with like Converse. I think that that's acceptable.
What would you say to someone who thinks it's absolutely not acceptable?
If you don't like it, you don't like it. But if I like it, I like it. I'm gonna do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you can stay friends with people who think pineapple does not belong on pizza?
Yes, my best friend Maya, she hates pineapple on pizza. We're still friends.
Okay, well,
it's just
that's
a preference.
Great. Do you feel like there are certain issues that we can absolutely find common ground on, like pizza versus others? Do you ever struggle to maintain a friendship or a relationship with someone that maybe has a different political point of view than you?
I am a very open person. I know that everybody has their own morals, their own values, but I feel like if we just accept each other for like what we all believe different things. So why judge somebody and almost not talk to somebody because of what they believe in? It's important to them. Let it be important to them. I'm very much a person that's like open and accepting of all people.
That's exactly what this platform is all about. We really believe that if we can see each other for the human beings we are, then we can slowly find our way back to each other.
As a generation, we need to be more accepting, and that we need to allow people to believe what they believe, allow people to think what they think. And like, you don't have to think the same thing as them. I feel like people need to be more independent and like understand that we have our own views, they have their own views, but yeah, we can still be friends. We can still be kind to each other.
I hope even more so we can still talk to each other.
Yes.
Because I do think right now with people who maybe we perceive as different than us, we don't even want to engage, right? I've definitely seen a shift where if someone has a different view than you, a lot of times people will say, okay, you stay over there, I'll stay over here.
Yeah.
I can't even be friends with you.
And it's just views. Yes, our morals important 100%. Our beliefs important 100%. It's what makes us us. But if you're to judge somebody because of what they believe in, it kind of reflects on your character. That's what I think.
That's a great perspective.
Yeah.
And Kylan, I feel like today I learned so many things about what makes you you. I mean, in real life, you really are this happy, positive, smiley person.
Like on campus, they'd come up to me and they'd be like, hi. And I'm like, hi. And they're like, wait, you're really like that? I'm like,
totally.
Yeah.
And I really tried to push you today because I thought maybe there was like something underneath that positivity. And I really appreciate that you were true to who you are. You said, you know what, I just am a positive person and I still have hard days. So thank you for opening up about those things.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And my last question for you is for other young people out there who maybe are struggling with being themselves online or sharing those bad moments, what's one tangible thing that another young person can do to start being themselves online?
Like I said before, you only live once. Why pretend to be something you're not? It makes life hard. Pretending and putting up a front at all times makes everything hard. And so to just be yourself, people are gonna like you if you're yourself. And I feel like a lot of people, a lot of teens shy away from being themselves because they want to fit in. My mom always told me to be a Fruit Loop in a world of Cheerios. So just go out and be yourself and just have a good time because you only live once. We shouldn't be categorized anymore. I'm sick of the stereotypes, the categories and stuff like that. Let's cancel them. That's one thing we can cancel. We need to reverse cancel culture to where they cancel that stuff.
Absolutely. Sometimes I like to call it counsel culture. Like how can we help teach people or bring people in instead of canceling them?
That is perfect.
Well, Kylan, thank you so much for bringing your smile to the couch
today.
Thank
you for having me. I had a wonderful time.
And I hope this is our first conversation of many.
Yes, I do too.
Bring it in. You're such a star.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that was fun. That was cool.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
And when you're curating your OOTDs, do you do them based on the brand? Like, what's the science?
I honestly just grab what I see. And all these clothes, like I've been getting so many like generous people and brands sending me all kinds of stuff. So it's all just like in a huge pile.
Well, I can't wait to do an OOTD together.
Yes,
but
we're gonna have
Kylan,
so much fun.
let's take a selfie.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.